AITA for not giving 24 hours notice to my daughter's roommates before dropping something off. I'm new to Reddit, but my husband advised that I post here and is helping me write this. I am a mother to a 20-year-old daughter. She is a junior in college and attends school in the same city that we live. My daughter and two of her friends live in a condominium that I own. Her friends pay below market rent while my daughter does not. The condo was inherited from my parents, and it was their intent that I would pass ownership of it to my daughter when she is mature enough to own her own place. My daughter, husband, and I are in agreement that she will take over ownership of the condo when she is out of school and financially independent. Earlier this week, my daughter mentioned that she had run out of some household supplies and would have to set aside time to go shopping before the end of the week. My daughter's schedule has been especially rough lately, as she has picked up extra shifts at her part-time job due to short staffing. Wanting to be helpful, I offered to pick up the supplies for her and drop them off at her place. She accepted. The next day, I picked up the supplies and took them to the condo. I knew my daughter was in class, so I knocked and, when no one answered, let myself in. The front door opens into the living room. When I entered, I found one of my daughter's roommates being intimate with a man on the living room couch. I was obviously mortified, so I left the supplies at the door and left right away. I didn't say anything to my daughter about what happened because I didn't want to put her in an uncomfortable position, but I did let her know that I had dropped off the supplies. On Friday, I got an angry email from the roommate's parents. I'm not sure exactly what they were told, but their email lambasted me for invading their daughter's privacy. They said that what I did was wrong because I'm their daughter's landlord and I entered the condo without giving 24 hours notice. They're threatening to take legal action if I do it again. I am vaguely familiar with this requirement, but didn't think it was applicable here. Was I the asshole in this situation? I feel bad about what happened, but I also don't feel like I was out of line. Edit. My daughter was aware that I was coming to drop off the supplies and asked that I leave them in the kitchen, which is adjacent to the living room. Edit 2. I am not asking for judgment on whether I violated the law. I checked in with a friend who is a lawyer and he thinks that, because my daughter gave explicit permission to enter the home and drop off the supplies, I'm in the clear. I am asking whether I was the asshole for doing so. NTA. You were not entering in your capacity as landlord but in your capacity as your daughter's mother, in which case you do not need to provide notice. You also had your daughter's permission. Roommate had no expectation of privacy vis-a-vis her roommates who could have walked in at any time. Regardless of whether they had a class scheduled or not, she shouldn't have been doing it on the couch out in the open. Is there a formal lease? I would be of a mind that if they want to treat me as a landlord, I will charge market rent. Lol, the roommate was having sex in the common area of a condo she shares with two other people. Hard to imagine a real expectation of privacy there, especially with the front door opening right onto where they were, and I wonder what she told her parents. Technically yes, a landlord has to give notice, but the owner's daughter, her roommate, gave permission for you to drop off the supplies. NTA in this instance, and I think you handled it well. You would think she would have appreciated your discretion and learned to have private time in a private setting, her bedroom, but her actions involving her parents say otherwise. SMDH. No one wants to walk in and see that or sit on a communal sex couch. She needs to be more considerate of her roommates, and you definitely shouldn't let yourself in again. NTA. People who live with roommates should know not to get busy in shared spaces. This isn't legal advice, but any laws regarding restrictions on landlords entering a leased premises wouldn't apply to you when you weren't acting as a landlord but rather as an invited guest of a tenant. Do the roommate's parents think you have to give 24-hour notice if you visit your daughter? And why are this person's parents contacting you anyway? Is she a minor? A minor having sex in your living room? Unless she's a close friend of your daughter's, I'd be looking for a way to evict her because her parents are going to make life hell for everyone. The roommate's parents have not expressed any dissatisfaction with the situation prior to this. I haven't responded to them yet, so I'm not entirely sure what their expectations are. The roommate is not a minor. I don't have the roommate's contact information, nor does she have mine. All communication has been in person, through my daughter, or amongst the parents. Update. I called and texted my daughter asking to discuss the situation. She can't speak to me right now because her roommates are fighting and she's mediating, but she is aware of the situation and sent me a quick explanation. My daughter had notified all the roommates that I was coming over, but roommate 1 apparently forgot. The man she was with was roommate 2's boyfriend. She freaked out and contacted her parents because she was scared I would spill the beans. I still don't know exactly what she told her parents, but I assume it wasn't the full story. I have never met roommate 2's boyfriend, so I didn't know it was him. Roommate 1 and roommate 2 are fighting now and, needless to say, roommate 1 will be moving out. I will be writing a more comprehensive, formal lease for roommate 2 for both my protection and hers, but, in all honesty, roommate 2 is wonderful and I do not anticipate that there will be any problems.